Hey guys, it's Paul here, and it's time for a deck profile slash deck update. So yes, both happening at the same time because it apparently is a somewhat a new deck by using old stuff that I have lying around. So it is Maelstrom Reverse, as you guys were heavily voted for the poll I made a few days back. So yeah, with the release of DZP15, Maelstrom has gotten a new form. His PE is being the very first reverse unit brought back in the D series, and boy, it's really interesting and very different playstyle compared to Glory. I will say my opinion first, maybe halfway through the video, or ultimately after the deck update or the deck profile, just to explain my opinion between Maelstrom Reverse and Glory Maelstrom. So enough talking. Let's go on to the deck profile. So let's go on to the right deck. I will go through some of the stuff that are more important, but then again, it depends on like which is more important or what's not. Okay, sure. Okay, so let's go on the right deck. So the right deck, Grade 0, obviously Eric. It's not Force, obviously. Great Rounding Tail. Tail skills allow you to, when a Grade 2, when Alpha Force fights a unit, you can switch your deck for up to one lose on water card. Reveal it, put in hand, shuffle the deck. The Grade 2 being Algos, when this unit is rolled upon by an Aqua Force, you can look at the top 7 cards of the deck, choose up to one card with only Aqua Force's clan, or a tier dragon, call the rear guard, and shuffle the deck. So, pretty much, it just helps to build board in a way, and also the second skill allowing you to win an attack if it's a fourth battle for the turn. If you're very against a Maelstrom Vanguard, you get 5k, and your attacks when an attack hits, you draw one. So essentially, you don't really use the second skill that much. You don't really can revive him probably through Armor Gush or the Order, but again, you're not really using the skill that much. I'll be very honest. And the main boss himself being Maelstrom Reverse. So Maelstrom Reverse skill continues Vanguard Circle. For every lock card you have on the field, this unit gets all your units get plus 5k power. So what's good about Maelstrom Reverse is that when you use this skill to lock, you essentially can build power. And as you can see, as you keep attacking, you tend to lock more rear guards, and it tends to build more power on your board. So that's what I find interesting about Maelstrom Reverse. Second skill, act on my one's turn. So one, choose one of your rear guards as an Aqua Force, one of the first kind, or a tier dragon, and it gets the red text. When this unit attack, at the end of this unit attack is the first battle for this turn, you can either combat one or soul boss one Maelstrom from Maelstrom. Choose one of your other rear guards and swap position of the unit. So essentially, it's a built-in swapper for itself. So but it has to be first battle turn. So you just keep that in mind. Does help because it does really help to swap board. And of course, when you attack and lock, after attack and lock. So lock is the second skill. Out of at the end of your rear guard attacked, you may lock that unit. So basically, what you do is, and here's the really point out, is that when you the moment you finish attacking with your rear guard, you swap position of the unit, and after swapping position of the unit, you can lock that unit immediately. You don't have to like attack, lock, and you cannot swap. It doesn't work that way. You can actually attack the rear guard. If you can swap, then after doing all the shenanigans and all that, you can lock the unit. So that's pretty much it's good because it doesn't rely on it being made a lot of money after attacks. So that's a good thing about it. Fourth skill, auto. When this unit attacks, if it's the fourth or more battle for this turn, you draw a card, choose an opponent's rear guard and tire it. If your damage has 4 or more cards, or you personalize this turn, this unit gets a crit. So pretty much reminiscent to the original Maelstrom Reverse back in the OG era, and it is pretty interesting that some of the new stuff you see here has the so-called pseudo limit break thing. Okay, it is limit break. It is limit break. It just has before more damage. It just never says limit break. But Carol's Breaker has a limit break, like a quote-unquote limit break ability. This also has its own limit break ability. Pretty interesting. So that's it for the right deck. So let's go on to the main deck. So the main deck, I run 3 personas, obviously. I mean, nothing to say here. And then now, I only play 2 of the Storm of Judgment. So it's a booster amount of card. And the reason why I reduced it down to rather than playing 3 is because you're not playing Glory in this case. Glory is reliant on the booster amount of cards in the order zone in order to give you the center restrict and also build power. However, in Maelstrom Reverse, it is reliant on its own rear guards and himself as well. So playing the 2 is enough. You don't have to play more than that actually. And if you just search the 1 copy and that's it. If you happen to have the second copy in your hand, then that's just an added bonus. So there's that. Alright, let's go on to grade 2. So the grade 2s, you have a lot of grade 2s that I'll just say first. You have the new card. We've played for Armored Ghost Dragon. So Armored Ghost Dragon skill. When you see this special rear circle, you may reveal a Maelstrom reverse from a right deck. And if you did, or your Vanguard is a Maelstrom reverse, you enter your best 3. Choose one about the following abilities below. You either revive a Aqua Force or a Tear Dragon that is the same grade or lower than your Vanguard, or you choose a boost on mana card from a drop and put it back in hand. So essentially, if you haven't had a second copy of if you already searched a copy from the right deck and you discard it, or if you want to have a second copy and which you discard from some other ways, you can fire it back. You can put it back in hand. So pretty good. Second skill, continuous. I've got Vanguard cycle. If your Vanguard is a Maelstrom, greater or greater, this unit gets 5k power, 5k shield. Active upon turn 2. So it's always 50k base. It's always 10k shield. So pretty good. Alright, next off, I run 2 Vigorous Base Shooters. So 2 Vigorous Base Shooter skill. If your Vanguard has only Aqua Force in its clan, this card is regarded from Aqua Force. And then, if your Vanguard is a Maelstrom reverse, you get all the following things below. Auto on Vanguard cycle. When this unit attacks, this unit gets 5k power to end the battle. At the end of the battle, count Maelstrom, swap position with another rigor, and you lock that. And sorry, you may swap position, choose another rigor to swap position. Sorry, locks in front of Maelstrom. Apologies. Yeah, so it's very similar to Crinus, but it does get 5k power. I don't know why I'm putting 2 of them because you'll find a bit. But essentially, what I'm trying to say here is that 2 is enough. If you want to push a little bit, you can pay 3. But the reason why I'm preferring this, I wish I prefer Crinus for this, is because it's only just a 15k attacker, and so if you don't count the locks and everything. So there's that. Right, next off, I play 3 Tidal Assault. So Tidal Assaults, depending on the situation, if you really want to depending on the situation of your field, you can actually use Tidal Assault to use it for the multi-attack in a way. So like I said, it really depends on how you want to do it. Depends on your field. Sometimes you have a field that the fields will be weird at times. So sometimes you have a field that you have do not swapping. Sometimes you don't have a lot. So Tidal Assault might help in that way. And then I play 4 Electrinus. So Electrinus is still pretty important because you need him to search for Maelstrom reverse. I mean, these booster models are important because you're not playing Glow of Glory, but mainly you want to use this to build soul, and also the fact that you want to find your Maelstrom pieces into your hand. And the fact that the other skill also allows you to swap positions. It's pretty much exactly the same as Vigorous Base Shooter, except this does not get power. This one, on the other hand, helps you to search for your Maelstrom, and to an extent, your Bosom Mana cards. And here I play 4 of the Pro that did the promo, Onslaught Surf. Thank God I got this way just before Maelstrom Reverse announced, so there's that. So, Onslaught Surf Dragon skill, when this is Vigorous cycle, you may reveal a Maelstrom from a right deck, and if you did, or your Vanguard is a Maelstrom creature or greater, you can mouse 1, look at top 7 cards of the deck, choose up to one Booster Armada, and you choose up to 1 Aqua Force or a Tear Dragon that's a different name from this unit, put it in hand for the deck. So essentially what it means is that you can search 2 cards at the same time. You can search for any Aqua Force you want, or if you want to search for Booster Armada, you can search for any Aqua Force or Tear Dragon. Keep in mind, it's not both. You have to choose either 1 Aqua Force or 1 Tear Dragon, and you can additionally search for 1 Booster Armada card. Pretty interesting. I do like that. Now that's the good skill. The other skill is the one that deals a lot of pressure. So the second skill is Auto Rigor Cycle. When this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is a Maelstrom creature greater, for this turn this unit gets 5k power. Then, if it's a 4 more battle during this turn, and your Rigor just did not dry check this turn, you can put a card in hand in the soul, and for this battle, this unit can perform dry checks. So essentially, this is pretty good because it's a 15k attacker, and especially when you do Maelstrom Reverse, usually, so to speak, it is the last attacker of the deck. So usually you want to give pressure by being the last attacker of the deck, and also it gets dry checks. So pretty interesting, pretty good actually. I do like this card, and unfortunately as of now, I think because Maelstrom Reverse out, this card has won the price. So do be prepared to fork out a bit if you want to get this card. So yeah, and play Maelstrom Reverse. So wait, let's go to the great ones. The great ones I play for Wheel Assault. So Wheel Assault is your swapper. You may be wondering why am I not playing Undead Assault. Yes, Undead Assault is a it's a 10k booster and such, but in my opinion, Wheel Assault is more versatile in this case because you don't necessarily. And sometimes you Wheel Assault can be placed anywhere on the field. So when you place anywhere on the field, after a boost, you can just swap. Unlike for Under Assault, yes, it is a 10k booster, but to be very honest, it only has to boost a Maelstrom. So, and you soon realize when you boost a Maelstrom, most of your cards are locked by then, so you can't really swap anything either way. So which is why I feel Wheel Assault is much more versatile compared to Under Assault, at least for Maelstrom Reverse. Glory, I still think you can play under Assault, but for Maelstrom Reverse, I think Wheel Assault is much more versatile. And next up, I play for Cutlass. Cutlass is basically your discard target and also your counter deck. Keep in mind, Maelstrom Reverse does counterblast quite a bit. So you do, I mean, and even like Maelstrom in general, it does counterblast quite a bit. So you do want to have some countercharge power, which is why I play for Cutlass. I play for FPGs, ideally one with Antaria. Triggers, I play the Blessed Favor because it does help you get pieces, and also it's like 4 triggers in 1. You can play the if you really, since you're locking a lot, you can play like maybe the red OT early or the blue OT, but quite honestly, I'd rather you play this because it's pretty good. It's too hard on the pass really. So I play 8 vanilla crits. You can play the soul in front. It's only crits if you want, but not really important in my opinion. Free draws, because draws are very important. You don't draw really quite a bit in this deck, but it's what it is. And play for heals. So yeah, that's it for my deck profile / deck update on Maelstrom Reverse. So pretty different playstyle. And I'll be honest, Glory and Maelstrom Reverse have their own like pros and cons. So the things I felt about Glory is that it is much more threatening compared to Maelstrom Reverse, but it's not as consistent. Whereas for Maelstrom Reverse, it's much consistent. You get much more draw power, but you don't. But it's not as threatening compared to Glory. So it really depends on how you see both the decks, and I think both decks are good. It just depends on whether you want more pressure or you want more consistency. So it's really good. Like I think Maelstrom is pretty cheap to build, other than the promos and some stuff you're missing here. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my deck updates / deck profile on Maelstrom Reverse. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like it, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.